The Owen James Report is brought to you by
NCB Capital Markets, serious about wealth. Precision. It's the difference between average returns or excellent. Control separates the great from the ordinary. Balance. It's what leaves you on your feet instead of on your face. Strategy. The flexibility to respond when the time is right. Making the right moves at the right time. That's what drives success. NCB Capital Markets, serious about wealth.
Good evening. This is the Owen James Report. Soft-spoken Noel Hilton, easily one of the most powerful individuals in the business side of the public sector, says no one pushed him to resign as chairman and the chief executive officer of the Port Authority of Jamaica. We spoke with Mr. Hilton in an exclusive interview today following a newspaper report indicating that after 38 years he was resigning the position. You're demitting office. Were you pushed?
Never. I had a discussion with the minister and I advised him that I think time has come, especially that we are going to privatize the ports, that I should leave at the end of my contract, which is October next year.
Mr. Hilton told me that the port is well prepared to take advantage of the widening of the Panama Canal in 2015 and should play a major role in Jamaica's economic growth as ships which now take a more circuitous route will utilize the port of Kingston.
When the Panama Canal is open, those bigger ships can come through and it will be cheaper for an all-water service to the United States. And Jamaica would be the first stop coming through the Panama Canal that they can transship into the United States.
How will that translate to benefits for the overall economy of Jamaica in terms of the potential earnings?
Well, transshipment, put it this way, today we earn about 90% of our income in US dollars. So it will generate US dollar earnings. And it will create employment and good jobs, just as good as anywhere else in Jamaica.
In fact, Mr. Hilton estimates that conservatively the port's preparedness could yield at least 2,000 new jobs over the next 5 years. Watch out for more excerpts from our exclusive interview in the Owen James Report tomorrow, as well as our full and interesting interview with public sector giant Noel Hilton over this weekend. News on the market now, and gains by NCB, Caribbean Cement and Scotia Group mainly ensured advances in the Jamaican stock market indices. The main JC index gained 144 points, or a tenth of 1%. 24 stocks traded, with 10 advancing, 5 declining and 9 holding firm. The Jamaican dollar strengthened against the 3 regularly traded international currencies today. In other words, the US and the Canadian dollars as well as the British pound weakened against the Jamaican dollar. The greenback slipped 1 Jamaican cent to close at an average selling rate of $92.96, whilst the Canadian dollar declined by 55 cents Jamaican to close at $94.17. Sterling fell by 49 cents Jamaican to close at an average selling rate of $151.08 Jamaican. The World Bank today released data showing the combined debt of the developing countries increased by $464 billion last year to $5 trillion. Now, the bank says short-term debt constituted 26% of the developing countries' debt stock, but that risks were mitigated by international reserves equivalent to 121% of the total external debt stock of $5 trillion. Now finally, according to the Mayan calendar, the world ends tomorrow. What will you be doing then? Of course, at this point, it's morning in Australia. That's the Owen James Report. Good evening.
The Owen James Report was brought to you by
NCB Capital Markets, serious about wealth.